Listen up, listen up, listen up. This morning, I decided to not exactly shoot from the hip, but to be guided by inspiration. Because there's always some kind of movement within me that I have that I know would connect to many of you. And what I have to say is authentic. I do my best to walk my walk and to talk my talk. And much of what I am sharing, I'm sharing because it is something that I am experiencing and hope that you'll get something from it too. Today's program is about just relaxing, meditating, and being, and allow everything to come to you. Now, believe it or not, we are magnetic human beings. We are attractive human beings. And many of us are living what's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. That means even though we might not say it with our lips, what we experience is connected to what we feel and what we are emoting every day. Now, I remember when I was younger, living in the hood, living in the community. I didn't necessarily live in the hood, but I hung with brothers that lived in the projects. I wanted to be, the neighborhood drug dealer. I liked the ninja bikes that they drove, the Toyota Cressidas and the Nissan Pathfinders and the fancy Cadillacs. And in our community, especially the black community who had been ravaged by crack cocaine, the drug dealer was the one that looked like temporarily they were winning. But what we didn't know was that after a few years, after crack took its toll on our community, that the community would be riddled with the lack of fathers and sons and all of that because the drug dealers went to jail. And under the drug sentencing and minimum sentencing guidelines, they were doing 80 years and 50 years. And so we were producing generations without fathers, without role models, without those people who really could be there for us. And then other young G's who came up following the footsteps of the old G's landing in the same situation. So even though we say sometimes we want success, what really lays down inside of our subconscious mind is failure. And it usually comes because we don't see success. And we don't know what success looks like. There's an old saying that if you hang around 3 or 4 people that are unsuccessful, lack abundance, lack money, lack resources, that you will be the 4th, because you have to see that behavior modeled by someone. And so what we attempt to do on these broadcasts is to kind of point you in a direction. We can't do it for you. That work is for you to do. Well, we know if you listen long enough, you will be inspired and be encouraged. So this particular broadcast is about relaxing, meditating, formalizing visuals about where you want to be, what you want to do, and allowing those things to be attracted to you. Now, when I started a business, I used to hear people who were in education say, I'd never make money, I'd never get paid, I'd never do this, this wouldn't happen. And then I watched some of the greatest speakers, the greatest teachers, and even was around some of them, make money off of the very same skill that others said you wouldn't. Recently, I was listening to Jay-Z say that he had an uncle that told him he would never make money off of records. He would never sell 1,000,000 records. And he said it was important for us that when people start talking like that, for us to drown out that noise and only believe in ourselves. Now, I'm a firm believer that quieting the mind and relaxing and then dropping in the mind those things which you would like actually change your life. They actually manifest after a while. Lo and behold, I'm a firm believer that when I envisioned a business of my own, and I envisioned children as an educator coming to a center and me doing education services, it was in 2011. And in 2012 and 13, I had centers filled with children and still do have people calling me daily looking for education services. Has there been times in business where finances were a little straitened? Yeah. Well, has there been heydays where bills were paid immediately and there was abundance? Yeah. But I realized that according to whatever you feel within yourself is what you attract. Talking to a person who's been through 2 divorces. But my only thing that I focused on in 2010, 2011, all I focused on was I wanted somebody that would love me and accept me for me and walk in this journey. I didn't know who she was, but that's what I focused on within. And after a while, I set up a business stand, vending, and had this fine, powerful sister walk over to me and didn't know that at that time that I would be meeting the woman who I'm currently with. All of that is a result of me letting go, relaxing, and then knowing that once I drop that seed inside of my mind from a relaxed state. Now, this is important. A lot of us live anxiously. You know, we're anxious every minute, and we need things to calm us down. We need a drink. We need a smoke. We need something to calm us down. And I'm not totally against an occasional drink. And I'm not one of those people who fight the use of marijuana, even though I don't use it. I'm just saying that there's so much power within us that when we meditate and we relax, that we live mindfully, that we have the ability to calm ourselves even in a traumatic and tragic situation. Now, the other day on my Facebook page, I posted a man by the name of